Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to thank everybody to today's daily motivational call, which is better than a cup of coffee. My name is Bailey Cooper, and I just wanted to welcome everybody because this call has helped me get off on the right foot on a daily basis. You know, we previously tried a recording, and for some reason I had technical issues, and I'm thankful for people who are able to step up. And so if you're one of those people, thank you for your patience and bearing with me while I learn out how to get a hold of technology. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is how to stay motivated. So on a day-to-day basis, you have opportunities and you have the ability to play at a level 10, and things happen. And what I want to compare is things in your past that you do where you're flowing and everything's going on all cylinders, to days where not so much. And in my experience, where I was playing at a level 10, certain things that I did were waking up in the morning on the right side of the bed with a positive attitude, working out, meditating, planning my day on paper. These are all things that were constant on days where I had amazing results. And on days where I didn't, those are things that I probably didn't do. So I want to share with you guys a story. It's about the hashtag 22kill. And about 20 days ago, Curtis Phelan started this, and he invited me to do it. And the way it works is you do 22 push-ups a day, and remember to the 22 veterans every day that commit suicide. And each day you invite one person to join you in this quest, and you do it for 22 days. And prior to this, on April 1st, I had set a goal to work out every day, and I had not done so. And 3 days before he asked me to do it, I had started doing push-ups every day. And so once he asked me, it was just very inspiring and empowering for me to continue with it. So ever since then, for the last, I'll say, 19 days, I've been consistent with doing at least 22 push-ups a day. So that's the first step in staying motivated, is to work out every morning. This really just helps me start my day full of energy, ready to go out there and kill it. The next step, which is very pivotal, is planning your day on paper, and not just, listing your daily activities, but plan the results. Write your goals. Prioritize your activities. Create to-do lists that you can't complete, because when you start to get bogged down at work, you'll always be busy. You'll always have something to do, and you can create small wins all over the place. I really, really encourage you on step number 3, find a mentor or supervisor or coach or an accountability partner, just somebody that you can have frequent meetings with and that can give you objective feedback. So for me, having Thomas as my coach, he was able to buzz in the middle of the call that I thought I was recording, that you guys could hear me and you could not. And the feedback he gave me was to do it over. So that's where I get to see where I might not objectively see myself from somebody else, and it helps me. Many times before I had a sales trainer, I would stop doing an activity that was benefiting me because I didn't immediately see the results. And I don't know if you've had the same experience, but what I really should have done in those scenarios is just change my mindset and stay constant with the activity. So I really feel it's also important to celebrate your wins, either with your coach or your spouse, because there's times where I've been extremely successful and I'm so hard on myself that I can't really bask in that glory. So having a coach helps me as well to recognize big wins that I may not be patting myself on the back for. So the other day, it was on a call about goal, strategy, action, and Eric has an amazing, the way that he teaches goal, strategy, action is phenomenal. But I want to twist it because I kind of had an eye-opening experience last night and, planning this. And what I realized is Eric's Sales Mountain is a blueprint to get and stay motivated. I mean, really think about it. You've got your lead generation at the bottom. You've got your appointment setting, trust and rapport, identify customer needs, share the benefit, close, objection handling, follow-up. And if you relate that to yourself, you got to generate a level where you want to be motivated, and you have to set that agenda within yourself, and you got to have trust that it works. This is really important because there's a few questions that are universal that if you look at behavioral psychology, they find out why people do what they do. The first step is you got to believe that you can do it. Then you got to ask yourself, will it work? And then you must ask yourself, is it worth it? And if you answer yes to step 1 and step 2 on that, and you don't really see that it's worth it, then you're really not going to stay with it. It's like when you go to a job interview and you tell them, yeah, I'm going to play at 120%, I'm going to give you my best, and then you disagree with your supervisor, or you don't like the person that manages you, or something happens, and then you say, screw this, I'm just going to play at a 70%. Well, that's not the commitment that you originally made when they hired you, and that's exactly what happened in that scenario, is that you realize that it's not worth it. Now, this philosophy came from B.F. Skinner, and it's about thought selection by consequence. So you look at it, and you say, before I do something, what's the consequence? Is it good or is it bad? And what we're so blessed with is, in this community, is that we get to watch other people, either doing the same type of sales role that we are or in the same community, and they get to experience massive success and share that with us. Now, all of a sudden, if we have to do the same thing, let's say somebody's selling cars and we're getting negged out, but then we see somebody go out there and just, set a company record selling cars, now the consequences outweigh the consequences of action outweigh the consequences of inaction. And the other day on the call, somebody talked about fear, and the ego-based fears that stunt people's success are fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of humiliation, fear of loss, fear of uncertainty, definitely. And what happens is when these dissipate, you get to the core of your very strong internal why. And what helps me get that internal why is potential outcomes. And that's what, I look at, whether or not I decide if something is worth it. So in a change, in a career change, in a sales change, or trying a new strategy, in December when I threw away my sales presentation and started over and became open-minded, this is kind of where I was at. And you got to have trust in the process. So you got lead generation, appointment setting, trust and rapport, and then you got to identify your personal needs. What do you need from this goal to stay motivated? And what are the benefits of that? And then you got to close yourself and take action. And then what happens is that your mind gets in the way. Your ego steps in. And you got to handle those objections. And that's the purpose of having a clear, concise mental picture of where you want to be. And then follow-up, I would say, is having a sales coach. So before I went off on that rant and that tangent, I just got really passionate about it. I wanted to share that idea with you guys. Goal, strategy, action. So to stay motivated, you got to have a clear target, B, a great strategy, and C, you got to take massive action. So having a sense of urgency when you work, I talked about that. How do you do it? Well, first, what I try and do is I try and remain insanely positive. I really just try and stay, pumped up and positive and, eliminating negativity as much as I can throughout the day. And then I track my goals by the hour. This is really important. So let's say you're going to make 35 marketing touches today, and you're going to set 5 appointments. So pace yourself, track yourself. Take a clock or take, on your phone, take that little app that records time, and then look at how much time you spent on that task. And if it's phone calls, just track all the amount of time that you've made phone calls throughout the day, and this will really help you gauge where you're going to go and how you've done so far throughout the day. The last point that I want to talk to you guys about is tracking your main results. And for me, when I'm lead generating and I'm knocking doors, I break it down to every single door a dollar amount, what it's worth. And that's an incentive and that's a motivator that helps me identify what the result is going to be. So, for example, if I make $250 a sale and I knock 100 doors, 20 people are going to answer, 10 of those people are going to set an appointment with me, and 5 are going to become a sale. So every single door that I knock on, whether they set an appointment, become a sale, or slam the door in my face, is $12.50. And this concept, I just wanted to share with you guys is because it's helped me throughout the years in doing a task that seems really difficult, or there's ego-based fears attached to it. And I said, well, you know what? It really doesn't matter because I just made $12.50 or $1 or $2. So I challenge you guys to ask yourself those questions. Do you believe that you can do it? Will it work? Is it worth it? And go out there and make it a great day. I really appreciate your patience with me, and look forward to talking to you guys in the future. Bye.